But for this game, pretty much the same stuff as last time. Decision making, making the right play, and then whatever you think is important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Pat bought this game. Got the early crab. Anytime I'm on crab, but I don't see enemy jungle, I usually just danger ping or caution ping the other one, because if he's not here, he's probably on another one. Which is what you do. Respawn camp. Krugs, base here. Look at the base. As we're basing, we see top's getting ganked, so we come to hover. Then we start our base. Perfect. Everything looks normal. Wolves grump. We get a freebie. Here, I think if you want, you could just pull Dragon after you kill Katarina. Same as last VOD. If you were here for last VOD, you know he cleared upwards this game because when you got bot crab, he did top crab. So you know right now he should be probably on his Grompish or Wolves, like somewhere here. So he's across the map from Dragon A. The millionaire just died, so now you have number advantage. If this is a Dragon fight, you'll have 4 people. You are a Jin Thresh. They only have 3 because Cat's dead. So now you have not only do you have number advantage, but the enemy jungle is probably top side. Um, so I think here I'd be playing to pull the Dragon instead of crossing into my
Okay,
top side.
so the only reason why I didn't pull it because my bot was coming out of base,
Yeah, it's fine. I
and I
mean,
didn't want to wait.
you have to look at the map because I mean, bot is probably if you look at bot here, enemy bot's probably looking to base as well. Um, so it's if,
Okay,
you see
yeah, yeah,
if
you're
you
right,
look at
you're
the
right.
map right now, look, Nahus wants the base. Nahus cancels his base because he probably thinks, oh shit, let me help my Katarina. So he stops his base to help Cat. Then he sees Cat dies, and then watch map again. Now in the second, he starts his base again. Look, three, boom. So if you look at map, you see that their support has started his base twice in the last 20 seconds. This guy wants the base. Right now, Jinx is probably also basing. So if anything, your balling coming off map is actually better for you because their bot's basing while your bot's gonna be on map. So it's a completely free dragon. So this is just a map awareness thing. Um, looking at the lanes more F keying, or just panning your camera. If you look bot, I guarantee you Nautilus is probably like half HP or less. And then when you see that, it's pretty obvious. Okay, that guy needs to base soon.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
you're
think
right,
this
you're
is
right.
a missed opportunity for a dragon. All good though. Happens. Base into bot. Somehow the entire enemy team dies to Ari, so you pull dragon. Perfect. Now we full clear up. Well, this is actually really good. This is even better. Perfect. You just assume off his base he runs the top side, so you take his entire bot side. Gank bot for free. Don't forget to use your W. Early, like I just use my W right now, right? But it's fine. Now we full clear up. I wouldn't chase Katarina. I don't care that you kill. I mean, I guess you have teammates. Teammates just actually have to English happen to be opening the map, so this is easy.
I know, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was just free because
yeah,
she was
yeah.
just
I
stuck.
agree. I don't. I like that. Base here, Leon, Proto. I mean, you're really strong. You got the first dragon. You've been full clearing perma. You took his entire quadrant. So far, everything's looking great. Q ult, perfect. Probably don't have to ult. Probably could just QE at this point, and they'll just die to. You don't like, especially when they before you E, they're kind of groups. You actually get a double Q here, which is pretty rare. And then you'll just either Jinx kill him, and then you'll just use your second E on the Nautilus eventually when he starts running away. So I think these guys would, especially because you have, I think these guys are dead no matter what. Because worst case scenario, let's say you QE, and then they like double flash away, then you'll just E ult after them, right? So I think I think at this point it's impossible for them to make it out. Not a big deal
I
though.
just don't think I know my damage output without ult, so maybe that's why I just didn't risk it.
I see. No time to learn, right?
Yeah,
But I wouldn't cross the top side here. I see dragon spawning in 15 seconds. I'm thinking, all right, nice. Their jungle's top. You know what that means? That means I'm gonna just get a free dragon. Let's see how this goes though. Wouldn't E as well. I would just again either A again you actually have another opportunity to do another double QE, or B I would just literally just walk and then just start with R. Don't Q, don't W, no E. Just literally walk up and just R into their face, and then you'll just save your QE if they flash away. Then you could save your QE for to follow them. I see this point. I think it's kind of pointless to just E right now because even now after you pro about if you walk like right here, this is already ult range basically, right? So you could literally just start with RW when you double ult them, then you could get a guaranteed Q on them because when they're ulted, they're knocked up. Obviously, I think this E is excessive. Because now, let's say they had flash away, how are you gonna catch up to them? Let's say they both double flash right now. How are you catching them? You have no E, you have no Purba, you have no ult.
I think I think my thought process was E behind them so that they don't hit me, and then R.
How does that? What do you mean they don't hit you? What does that mean?
So like I don't like get Darius queued or whatever pulled in by the E or something.
Yeah, I think you're just thinking too scared. They're both half H below half.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
you're
very
full.
scared when I gank Darius.
Yeah, yeah, you should. If you're, yeah, I mean again, because this guy can just run away right now. How are you catching him? He's no E, no flash. You're just thank God your team's here, right? But the way you're starting again, it's one of those. It's really simple. Um, do you save your gap closer for their dashes? If this guy flashes, you follow with your E. If he flashes, you follow with your E. You can't use your only gap closer before they use their potential flashes or dashes as well. You know.
Yeah, I should just W walk up and then R
Yeah.
after
And also
proto.
you should ult right here. When they're both you see they're both airborne right now. It's impossible for them to dodge your Q because they're both CC'd, right? You can't flash out of the airborne. And your Q is your highest DPS spell. It's the spell we're maxing. So here, if you should throw Q, and it's guaranteed they can't dodge it. They're CC'd, right? So right now it's guaranteed to hit. But you don't throw your Q. And now let's say you throw it, but now they can flash this. See the difference? So you just want to play for
Yeah, I think
guarantees
that's
and.
just a mechanics issue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, still gonna. I'm always gonna mention mechanics. Okay, pull dragon. Cross to herald. A little too much for me. Um, I think we haven't farmed camps in 20 minutes. Our last camp was let's look. Last camp was 13. Is that 30? 20? I can't see. 13, 20. Let's say. And then let's go see when our next camp is. Slain. 18, 20. So it's been 5 minutes for our last single camp. It's a bit unnecessary. Like here, I like this. Boom, dragon. Boom, cross into herald. Boom, nice. Why do we have to herald mid right now? Why can't we do like this? Krugs, red, raptors, wolves, blue, gromp, base on like 1.7k gold. Finish full Leandries, get your full tier 2s, gonna be level 12. You're gonna be literally fucking faker. 2 items, level 12, ults up, flashes back up, and then we'll look to Herald mid, or then we'll look to Herald bot. Then you can Herald whatever the fuck you want. You know, why do we have to Herald right now when we have no flash for 30 seconds? We have our Leandries money in base. What's the urgency? Well, we have to use the Herald now. I don't see it, you know? I see our camps are up. I see our flashes down. I see our we have item completion in shop, right? When you have Herald, you have like I think over 5 minutes to pop the Herald. It's not like it's running out anytime soon. We just got it, you know. Um, so I see no sense of urgency to use this now. Make sense? Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Which is why I have low CS numbers.
hmm It's not that I'm saying AFK kill your camps. It's I always say free time. Kill your camps, then gank. Kill your camps, then do objective. Kill your camps, then throw herald. It's still do proactive plays. It's just to your camps and then do them. It's like you're trying to it's like you're trying to hang out with your friends before doing your homework. Like to go do your homework and then go fucking play with your friends. You're trying to play with your friends right now. Your homework is just sitting there rotting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you. Ugh. Wait for the dragon. I would just probably base after this tower. By either by your tier twos or by another component. I want to be as strong as possible for this dragon and Otacon, because if you get this dragon and Otacon, you basically guarantee win the game. And if they get it, that's their way back into the game, right? One analogy I always like to show that explains this really well is right now you feel you're fucking strong. You're 406, right? a kill is 300 gold, right? An assist is 150 gold. So 4 kills is 120, 1200 gold, and an assist is 150, so it's 1350. Right now, you are not 406 until you spend your money. You are 005. This is your actual KDA. Until you spend this money, this is what you are right now. Make sense? If you spend this money, then you'll be 406. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'd say, especially now, because there's 20 seconds for dragons. So you base right now. Again, it's also Swain's dead, so there's no rush to insta pull this or insta pull this. I want to wait for my Swain to respawn, and then if we pull dragon, I want to have all 5 people here. Or same with Otacon, I want to have all 5 people here. So you're
I
waiting for
think I
Swain to
just
spawn
wanted to
anyways.
I just wanted to get a pick early. Maybe
Mm,
that's why I stayed. I was hiding, trying to get somebody,
I
but
see.
then yeah, no one came, so we just did it anyways.
Yeah, I think if you this is good. When you see Darius top no TP, you see 3 mid. I think starting this makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
that's why I stayed in the thing, and I wanted to see where everyone was, and then I pulled it.
And I think this pull here makes sense. I think again, I think if you just insta base here, you'll even base after this bot wave, 1,000 gold, you can still buy tier twos or whatever or your other component, and then you'll still um you can still pull in the same way and just be stronger. But I think now that you've stayed, and now I think pulling it is really good because I mean
I think I have a big issue with not knowing when to recall. Yeah,
usually a nice benchmark. It's not like a rule, but anytime you're near 1,000, it's never bad to recall. That's usually a way I like to say it. A
it's
thousand.
just I like making play after play and not recalling.
Yeah, but then you're just again, this is gonna increase the chances of losing plays because you're just sitting on too much money, you know?
I'm saying it's a bad thing. I make play after play, and then I don't
Yeah,
recall.
yeah, I gotcha. So it's good to know what we're bad at so we can start working on it, right?
I think that was bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you press tab, he has full magic resist. So he's probably the only guy you can't full combo. You could probably full combo anyone else and they'll die. He has Force Nature Mercs. He's probably the one guy you'd be like, okay, I should probably avoid him and hit. I should probably ult anyone else on their team. That should be the way you should think about it. 'Cause you don't press tab much. If you press
Yeah,
tab,
and
you'll see. I'm
I
pretty sure.
needed to save ult for Katarina as well.
Yeah, for sure. And here, same thing. You're hovering. I have wolves up, raptors up, red. Especially now you have no ult. With no, when you have no ult, you shouldn't want to fight as Diana, right? Like you're really ult dependent champion. So when I have no ult, I'm spam danger pinging my team, spam contra pinging, typing, wait for my ult, wait for my ult. I'm gonna go hit my red buff, go hit my raptors. I'm not looking to fight with no ult because again, I mean, you see no ult, you look pretty fucking weak, right? Um, so you shouldn't just not be here. The second you burn this ult, instead of sitting in this line bush for 15, 20 seconds, you could do red buff for now, raptors right now, get you level 16. Again, your tier 2 boots are around 800 900 gold, so get your tier 2s. Definitely just skipping camps way too much.
It's in this elo. I'm just so scared that they'll just die, so
Yeah, but
that's why I hover a lot.
were you here in the Viego coaching I did earlier or no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was here.
So you have to read the map. If and he's on red buff, and his entire all four of his teammates were here, that's an example of yes, you have to cover your teammates because it's very obvious from how they're positioning in the map they're gonna fight. If you look at this map is dead. Your AD carries in base, your sword port's under tower, your Swain's catching the bot wave. What fight could these three guys possibly be a part of right now? There's no it's impossible. One's under tower, one's in base. There is no fight, you know? If it was different, let's say all your camps are up, right? And you got fucking Jin hitting this top tower, right? You got Ari hitting this inhib. That's a different story. Then I agree. We can't go to our camps. We have to hover them because they are positioning and playing in a way that is inviting fights, right? Right now, Thrush is in base, Jin's basing. No, there is no one on our team inviting a fight. Make sense? So you just have to read the map like that.
Yeah,
They're not.
it's just poor map awareness from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Looks like you guys kill them all mid and the game. So I don't know, not a bad advice. I definitely think you're skipping camps a bit too much. And then I think on the mechanics,
especially as a Dino player, you're supposed to hit your
yeah,
camps.
especially and then on the mechanics, I think you're eing a little too much without your Q. I actually love when Dyna players just straight up E because they guarantee it, but I think you're taking it a little too seriously. Obviously, try. It's always preferred to try to get your free like QE, but then sometimes if you don't, that's when we're forced to bite the bullet and just E. But I think in your case, you're like choosing to bite the bullet when you have opportunities to start with Q and you still start with E. There's twice, one in the top dive, sorry, this top one, and then there's a second one on their ball lane. Twice where you could just very leisurely start with Q, and you're like choosing to start with E. I'll show them both again, and maybe it'll look really obvious. Not this one. Right here. They're both, yeah, they're both easily in your range. Boom, easy QE. The only time you want to like just spam E is if this guy Jinx is here right now, then you're spamming E because this is like your Q range, but this is like your E range, you know? So only when they're like at the max range and you don't think you get the Q because they'll dodge it, that's when you just want to spam E. So here you could easily QE. No reason to start with E. And then back in this top lane, same thing. Exact same, literally the exact same picture. They're both very easily in their Q range. and you start with E instead of Q. And here again, if you actually want, instead of even starting with E or Q, you could just start with Alt. So that's your 2 mechanic points, and everything else is just skipping camps too much. And also the early, you had an opportunity to pull the dragon early game if you remember that. Any
Yeah.
questions in this game? Anything I didn't talk about?